Ra is in everything. When he becomes... The second line is the 12, and here, can you see where it says house? And it has ox. Up there. Nobody calls her a devil. If I walk in here with that... The grand design is the same that you see within the pyramid because we knew the science. And their general effect is like that of the old comedies. He's laughing, literally Celsus, at what was written. They spell it three ways. With the C is the Christian Kabbalah. The K, Judaism. Q, occult. To the world, the doctors attending to him. He's already dead. These are rituals you're looking at, being played out in a commercial. Let's go further. He's not even enjoying the party. His back's to the door.
Take long.
What do you notice? The ritual can't start until the three of them come in. Who's being sacrificed here? She is. How do I know she is? Because when they come in, Saturn, the Grim Reaper, points to her. If they're about Jesus Christ, why do they have this thing on their altar? Let's answer your question. Those of you who are wiser than I. What's in the skull? What's in your skull? What do you think religion is? What is religion? Religion is lofty philosophy. The simplicity of modern life is making us more stupid according to scientific theory, which claim humanity may have reached its intellectual and emotional peak as early as where? 4,000 BC. Become dumber and dumber. But we keep thinking we're in the 21st century and we're getting smarter and smarter. How can you be? We don't even know the stars when they come up. What do the planets do? Why do they revolve around the sun? What holds them in place? Do we know? The stars of Poseidon and the stars of Zeus, sure systems of science to be observed by man. Train yourself in their law. Who was that? Who quoted that? Aratus. Have you ever noticed the moon in her shapes? When she's waxing and she's waning and she comes out with the horn, what does that mean? Can you read the signs? What happened to you? You've fallen. You already know of the 19th year cycle. Do we know this? What the 19-year cycle is? The 19-year cycle, the celebrated cycle of the what? The blazing sun. 19 is very important. The number 19. And all the divisions and the night reels around the belt of Orion to Orion, bowl hound. My sister just read the book there where Job was talking about Orion. Aratus. First sing to him eastward on the region of the bull. What's the bull? Who's Taurian? Any Taurian here? We know the bull is Taurus, right? We know that. So when Moses went up into the mountain and spent 40 days up there, and he came back down, what did they build? Because we're in the age of what? Taurus. The constellation is mentioned by name as being perfectly well known, both by name and appearance. In the time of who? 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 Job or Job? Which one is it? Do you see what I mean about the English language? When you speak scriptures, you say Job. But then when we speak in English, then we say, what's a job? But if I come up to you and say, how's your Job? You'd be like, huh? Twisted. What this is? That's Tahuti. The Greeks call him Hermes. What did it say? It says, bring hither before me all the gods of the heaven. Thus God spoke. Quoted Hermes. All obey his decree. Look upon the earth, he said to them, and upon all things beneath. Straightway they looked and understood the will of the Lord. And when he spoke to them of the creation of man, asking of each what he could bestow upon the race about to be born, the sun first replied, I will what? Illuminate mankind. Then the moon promised enlightenment in her turn. What did the moon say? The moon says she had created what? Fear, silence, and sleep, and memory. How does the moon do that? And necessity. Zeus said, in order to spare the future race perpetual wars, I have generated fortunes, hope, and peace. Ares declared himself already father of conflict. Do you see that? What's Aries? Is there any Arians in here today? Arian. Leo, which is Elo, which is the root of Elohim, because the sun is only comfortable in Leo. Or the 22nd, where Jesus was supposed to be born, what stars are directly above our head? In Cancer. There's a group of stars in Cancer called the Beehive. Guess what another name for them is? It's called the manger. Do you get it? Jesus born in a manger. What kind of God is this? That his son has to be born in a manger. This also is the creation of the humankind. Having discussed the principle by which God created the cosmos, this chapter Hermes described the making of mankind. God created humankind because he wanted there to be a creature capable of appreciating the great beauty of his cosmos. He asked each of the gods who administer the cosmos to provide something to benefit humankind or humanity. The sun gives joy, the moon gives sleep. Saturn offers what? The limitation of necessity and the balance force of justice. How does that work? How do these rocks that you look upon in the sky do that? Are they intelligent? Do they speak? That's why when you look on the Kemetic chart, you see Ptah standing here, because Ptah is the creator God. The creator God is patterns. So every time these planets dance around the sun, they're making patterns, geometric shapes. And these are the shapes that shape every soul that come to this planet. This is why we spoke about the planets. Doesn't the Bible say, if you want to know God, you must look at his handiworks? I say God because I use the word loosely. And when I say to people there is no God, people get spooked out. People say, Sadiq, you're an atheist. How can you say there is no God? Is there a God? You who are wiser than I, tell me, is there a God? If there is, what's his name? I've got time. Don't feel ashamed if you go home and you pray to a God. All I'm asking you is, if you do pray to a God, what's his name? Tell me about him. What have you been taught? Come on. So therefore, if I say that God is a female, there should be no arguments. To understand God is difficult. To speak of God, impossible. For the corporeal cannot express the incorporeal. The imperfect cannot comprehend the perfect. How is the eternal to be associated with the transient? The first abides forever, the other is fleeting. The first is real, the other is reflected shadow. As much as a weakness differs from strength, or smallness from greatness, so much the mortal differs from the divine. What was your ancestors saying? Who said it? The Virgin of the world. When Hermes was having a conversation with Tatius, when Isis was speaking to Horus, you cannot understand who God is in your corporeal state, much less to give him a name. What God is? God is Gad. In your Bible, Gad represents Aries. On the tree of life, Yod becomes God. So you can't tell me who God is. You don't even know what stars or how your system is affected by them, much less to name the person who made it. How stupid have we become? Yeah? That's why your Bible is full of sevens. Why? In Plato Republic, women could be on the ruling council and male prophets might serve the oracle. This is Plato. Anybody's read Plato? Okay. So now, they're saying that the ruling council and the male prophet might serve the who? Who's the oracle? I'm looking at them. You had to go to her because through her, nothing comes to your planet. She was the connection of the unseen world to the physical world. Traditional world plan, they imitate, and the geometry itself, 7 and 12 are bound together in a truly wonderful manner, completing through their union the image and creation that is the objection of the geometric quest. Now, keep 7 and 12 in mind, because this is what 7 and 12 is. What does it say? The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament show his handiworks. Sacred geometry. You couldn't walk into Plato's class unless you know the basic geometry. Have you seen that sign? This is the fish sign for Jesus, right? What sign's that? Is that not Virgo? Can you see the fish at the end of it? It's the M with the fish, mother and son. Because Jesus is the fish. So what they say? They say Ma and son. You get it? The secret is, this is Naomi Campbell's house. This is what her Russian boyfriend built for her. You can see she wears the pendant around her neck, the eye. Now, it states, be religious, my son. Religion is what? Lofty philosophy. What is philosophy? What does the word philosophy mean? Lover of wisdom, knowledge. Without philosophy, there is no lofty religion. He who instructs himself concerning the what? The universe? Not university. The universe. The heavens. Because when you graduate from the hands, they say, I can only comment that such a God is no God at all. The God has neither hands, mouth, nor voice, nor any characteristics of which we know. And they say that God made man in his own image, failing to realize that God is not at all like a man, nor vice versa. God resembles no form known to us. They say that God's form, namely the form of the Logos, the Word, who became flesh in Jesus Christ. But we know that God is without shape, without color. They say that God moved above the waters. He created. But we know that it is contrary to the nature of God to move. Their absurd doctrine even contain offenses to God walking about in a garden he created. This is Celsus again questioning them in the 1st century. And we're here today still doing the same thing. Because none of what they have written make any sense what they're teaching you.